not gone all sandals and health food on us. They can see pound notes in the iconic hybrid. As with a standard motor, they can expect a return on engine and gearbox. But it's the game-changing batteries that could prove to be the best seller of all. It's day one of dismantling. George and Sheldon have realised that this could be one of their most dangerous missions to date.
Right, Shell, I've been looking into this and I've got some notes on it. I'm a bit worried about this because this is quite a high-voltage system.
Right.
And I don't want none of us to get hurt, so we're going to have to disconnect and isolate it properly. There's an auxiliary battery in the boot,
Right.
and there's an isolator handle for the high-voltage system. Well, actually, I'm quite excited about this car, but I'm also slightly nervous because I don't know about these high-voltage systems, and potentially they could kill you. This is paramount. It's got to be safe. There's 300 volts in there. When we shut off that battery, I don't want you blowing up, and I don't want me getting electrocuted.
You're really beginning to, like, frighten me a little bit, mate. It's just a motor, innit?
You've got to be safe with this. Come on, open her up.
Yeah, you have got to be careful, but... I don't know, Come on, what's that all about? It's a car, and you've got to put gloves on to disconnect that.
Yeah, it's 300 volts. That's half the power it takes to run a tube train. Right, I'm going to pop that off. That is what, if you was in an accident, the fire brigade would pull out to isolate those batteries.
Looks like you could use it as a taser, couldn't you?
It looks a bit... You can see what runs through it, you know what I mean? Now, if you can't access that, you've got the relay and the fuse under the bonnet that you can take out as well.
So that's all safe now, is it?
I want to cover all corners.
With the fuses and relays still to remove, the tension builds. Could this be the first electrocution on strippers? No, bit of an anticlimax, really. Ben and Frankie's Reliant Robin should be less lethal than the Toyota. And with a far less complicated dismantle to look forward to, Frankie is taking time to wallow in three-wheel nostalgia.
I'll tell you what, Ben, there was a lot of famous people had one of these, you know.
Really?
Yeah. He had one.
Who?
Benny Hill had one.
No.
Yeah, he did.
No.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
No, he did have one. Yeah, Mick Jagger had one, Ben.
No.
Yeah.
No, Frankie, he really didn't.
No, he did.
Mick Jagger.
Yeah, he did. He wrote the song.
Which song was it?
I Can't Get No Satisfaction.
But Frankie could be getting some financial satisfaction. Because if Ben can get the mighty 850cc engine purring, it should sell. The seats should also shift. Whilst the unique chassis should prove attractive to trike builders. But that could all be immaterial as Frankie shares news of a potentially game-changing bulk deal with Ben.
Now, Ben, look, I've had a very important phone call.
Oh?
From one of the clients.
About?
That.
This?
Correct answer.
What do you want?
He wants, Ben.
He wants?
He wants.
He wants?
All that. Look.
Everything, Frankie.
The whole lot.
Everything.
The whole lot.
Absolutely everything.
The whole lot.
What, even in the engine and gearbox?
Except the engine and gearbox.
Oh, except?
Well, except the engine and gearbox because he doesn't want it.
This is going to be a bit of a jam sandwich affair. We've got to peel back the slices of bread, Frankie, and lick that 850cc jam out. Body off the chassis, engine out, body back on the chassis. It's a bit of work, but why not?
Well, it sounds straightforward.
Famous last words.
Now, to take the body of the Reliant off its chassis, it's a separate ladder chassis, much like a Land Rover, and just a plastic bathtub sat on top, basically. Should have been very easy. There was just, I don't know, 10 or 15 bolts. It did turn into a game of chase the bolt around the car. It was hidden. Couple more back here.
Whilst Ben struggles with his bolts, Frankie struggles with his boat. Singular.
It's taken ever such a long time, this bolt, Ben, I've got to tell you. Never known anything like it. It's like an epic. I can't get this one out. It just keeps spinning. It's always spinning.
Boltgate over, It's time to lift the Reliant and prepare for the removal of the shell.
I've got to disengage the cable for the handbrake.
Take the 2 clevis pins out of the actual drums there and just feed it back through.
That pin there?
That's it.
So just take that out with a pair of pliers. It's got like a split pin on it.
It's got a split pin on it.
Take that out.
Yeah.
And then once I took that out, that cable comes away.
Yeah.
And releases the handbrake.
Yeah. Do you know what, Frankie? I could have done that in the time it's taken to explain it.
I ain't got my glasses, Ben. I can't see it. I'll have to come back to that one.
As Ben gets up close and personal, he's just not feeling the Reliant love.
As we went through the process of dismantling the Reliant, I played a little game with myself called Find the Redeeming Feature. And I lost.
So what's the story, Ben? We ready to lift off or what?
It's been hard work, Frankie, but yes, this body is going to separate off this chassis so smooth you won't believe it. What we do need to check for, Frankie, is if there's any cables still attached.
Right. It's looking good, Ben. Yes, it's going lovely, Ben. It looks like to me that we are free. What's the story now, then, son?
We're at the full height of the lift, so what I'm going to do is I'll get the back, push that down, pivot the front up, and if you just pull the chassis out, it should all come out, engine and everything.
Let it come right out.
Should do.
Right, ready?
Yeah, come on.
1, 2, 3. Bosh. Wallop. Look at that. That is good work, man. That is good work.
Across the yard, George is getting to grips with the removal of the Prius batteries, and it's not a simple job. To merely gain access, George needs to remove the safety plate. And if Ben thought the Reliant had bolt issues, that's not the battery, it's... I don't know.
Yeah, thanks for your time. Yeah, you too. Bye.
And Sheldon realises that selling the batteries might not be a walk in the park either.
Well, I've just found out some news about my Prius that's really going to change my sales strategy. Apparently, these batteries are good from anything between 150 to 300,000 miles. Now, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to imagine doing 150,000, let alone 300,000 miles in a Prius. So where am I going to go with these batteries? Because there ain't no Priuses around that have got that sort of mileage on it or more. So I really need to think again when it comes to the sales of these batteries. They were going to be a very large part of my profit.
The charging unit may be out, but to get to the battery itself, George needs to remove the rear seats. Don't you just love technology?
Sheldon!
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to need you to give me a hand.
What's up? Well, somewhere in the country, someone's screaming out for this.
Put your gloves on.
So what, you're going to push it through to me?
Yeah, it's not light.
Right, ready when you are.
Drag it through. Hold on. Come on. Right. You ready for this?
Yeah, on three.
Ready?
1, 2, 3. Oh, where do you want it?
Let's chuck it down here.
Get some pictures of that and get it on the net. Yeah, I've got a Prius. I'm not sure, I think it's a 1.4, 1.6. Yeah, it runs beautifully. Yeah, all the batteries, no problem with the charging system.
And the wonders of the web mean that Sheldon is heading off on one of his more left-field sales trips.
It's a beautiful world.
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm from Windtrap. We sell wind turbines all over the world. It's a growing market. A lot of people seem to want them for their houses, to supplement some of their power. We're going to use this Prius battery for our office computers. So we're going to convert the power from its voltage to 240 and use that to supplement some of our energy usage. Ideally, I want to pay £150 for this.
What I'm looking for these batteries is roughly about £250.
Okay.
And I think that's really justifiable. You know, these batteries on the internet, they're going from anywhere from between £450 to £600. OK, my brother bought a new battery for his Jensen the other day, which is a 12-volt battery, and he gave 150 quid for it. So, you know, I don't think I'm being out of order for what I'm asking.
No, it's second-hand though, Sheldon, but if it's a powerful unit, then I'd be interested.
Well, you know, as I said, I'm looking for 250. What sort of figure are you at?
I'm thinking around 150, to be honest, Sheldon. It's top mark.
You're going to have to help me out a bit. Come on, Sean. I'll tell you what, I'll meet you in the middle, because it's freezing cold up here. So let's call it 200 quid.
Oh, I appreciate that.
All right, lovely.
Thanks for that.
That's one battery with a new job in an office and 200 quid in the bank for Sheldon.
It's a beautiful world.
It would be if you stopped singing, love. It's day 2 out of 3 as the teams attempt to make maximum profit from stripping a mould-breaking motor.
You're really beginning to, like, frighten me a little bit, mate.
George and Sheldon parted with 6,500 quid for a first-generation Toyota Prius. On day 1, they flogged the battery for £200. Ben and Frankie paid only 180 quid for a past-it Reliant, which is just as well, as they sold Nish. Nada, nothing. It's not a complete disaster, though. Frankie has a punter interested in the chassis and shell. But Ben can't reunite said chassis and shell until the engine and gearbox are free.
It is a very simple old chassis, a bit of a ladder frame. It's like what the old Land Rovers had. Of course, they had a bit more about them. And I can't see why anyone would want one. Right, that's that bit. Next, chop the exhaust off.
That engine could be a good seller if it runs. But that's a big, big if.
Get the choke on. Oh. So she doesn't want to fire quite yet, so first job is to check we've got a spark. So I'll take the king lead off the distributor, and if I just hold it away from the block, we should see a little spark jumping across. So we have got a spark. It's an orange one, which means it's a bit weak. A good strong spark should be blue, but it'll still ignite the petrol. I'm looking at in the carb on the metering rod, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of fuel, so maybe this little mechanical fuel pump here isn't man enough to suck it up from the tank. So what I need is Reliant Workshop part number 37B, chair. And let's see if it spins over. Oh. Oh, yes. Look at that, 850 cc's of pure British, well, not muscle, but, yeah, the heart of a Reliant Robin, eh? But 6 years, it's quite a long time to have done nothing. I'm quite impressed.
An engineering triumph for Ben. And most importantly, Frankie has working goods to take to market.
Yeah, so I'm on my way to a place called Bruntingthorpe up north somewhere. Geezer fancies the engine out of Reliant Robin. For the right money, he can take it. I don't know, something tells me 2,500 quid, he can have it off my hands.
And here he is, race driver Helen Gilfillan.
I race in the 750 Motor Club Series. I race the Centaur Mark 16. Not completely male-dominated, but there are a few women drivers out there. Reliant Robin engines are very good for racing because they've got a lot of power for the size of the engine and they're very lightweight, so ideal in a racing car. I'm after this engine from Frankie. Ideally, don't really want to pay a lot more than 125 for the engine. I drive a hard bargain, I'll give him a run for his money.